Welcome. We are here to play test a new game, descended from the Queen game, Monstrous Detectives, an investigation story game by Karina Buca. And we're going to get started, but first off, we're going to be introduced to our players. I'm Mads, they, them pronouns, and I play and run a lot of games, and I love playtesting anything that is down from a system that I'm familiar with. So Descended from the Queen is awesome, and I want to see how this goes. So I'm going to popcorn this over to Andrea.
Yes, hi, my name is Andrea. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm very excited to publish this game that has not been written by me for once. And I'm very excited to try this in English for the first time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm just gonna popcorn it over to Nicholas.
Hi, my name is Nicolas, pronouns he, him. I'm French and I designed a previous DF, Descended from the Queen game too. So I'm happy to playtest one from someone else. And I will pass the talk to Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob. I use he, him pronouns. I have played a couple of Descended from the Queen games and the original game a couple of times, but yeah, just took the opportunity to play this. Really enjoyed previous experiences with the system, so this is going to be fun. I will popcorn to Tea-amat.
Hi, I'm Tea-amat. You can just call me T, she, her, and I am playing the role of someone who's never played a Descended from the Queen game. So I will be
Ooh.
the baby and ask the baby questions as needed. And I'll popcorn to Danny.
Hi, I'm Danny. Any pronouns are fine for me. I just remembered I also designed a Descended from the Queen game once, and I'm excited to play in this one as well. And I'll popcorn it back to Mads because I'm the last person.
Okay. Well, I mean, like now that I'm finding out all about these Descended from the Queen games, it's like, have at it, people, give it to me, and then like I'll run them on my channel. Jesus. All
Yeah.
right, great.
So you think I should mention the two that I wrote as well?
Yes, absolutely. Please, like,
We've played one.
give me
We
some
played,
plugs.
haven't we? We did play Against the Monster.
Yes,
I
that's a
remember
monster.
that. I don't remember whether we played Viva la Queer Bar.
No, we have not played Viva la Queer Bar yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
that'll be on the docket for this year,
yeah.
for sure. But I do have Against the Monster. I played that for the Shared Hearth community event for the Open Hearth gaming community, and that was an absolutely blast, fun time. So, alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. Andrea, if you'll take it away.
Yeah. This game, like most Descended from the Queen games, starts with us reading the introduction out loud together. I would suggest we do this in the same order we've just introduced ourselves, with me starting, maybe, and everything we need to know about the game, like rules and setup and safety tools and everything is included in there. And we will stop at various points to answer questions and figure out what world we're playing in and so on. So there's nothing we do ahead of time. We just do this during this introduction. Is everybody fine with reading out loud, or would you like us to skip you?
Fine with that?
I put the order in the Zoom chat. So Andrea,
Okay.
Nicolas, Rob, T, Danny, and then me. Okay.
Thank you so much. Monstrous Detectives is a story game about monsters who are running a private detective agency together and investigating the current case. We'll take turns reading the instructions out loud. When it's your turn, read until the next thin line. Make sure we answer any questions from the section together.
During a brief setup, we'll first choose the tone of a game and define some foundations of our setting. The rules are also explained in this section. After that, we take turns drawing playing cards that each have a question associated with them. During the first part of the game, our answers to these questions develop our monsters, the detective agency, our client, and our new case. During the second part, our investigation takes place and we'll try to solve the case.
We'll now first discuss what tone do we want for our game. We can use TV shows, movies, books, or other media as reference points for the desired mood. For example, film noir, Monsters Inc., Scooby-Doo, The Muppets, Hellboy.
Yeah, so we have a really wide range of tones we can play this game in. I would love for us to not go into the super funny um, Monsters Inc. kind of tone, because I have done that several times before, and I would love to go into a bit more dramatic side. How about you? What are you in the mood for today?
Like, there's always the possibility for a little bit of humor and, like, some more dramatic stuff. Like Hellboy
Yes, of
does have
course.
like some some humor in it, but yeah, I mean,
Yes,
like,
of
it
course.
goes dramatic and action heavy and all this kind of stuff. So if we want to go that route, we totally can, because they do investigative work too, but just a lot more, dealing with like heavy duty monsters and such. So if you want to go that route, I'm totally cool for that. And then in terms of Scooby Doo, I mean, like, there's the dark Scooby Doo, like Mystery Incorporated, where they're going up against like a cosmic threat, kind of. So I mean, like, I'm up for that as well. You know,
Yeah, that works for me. A kind of Hellboy film noir tone works for me, but yeah, whatever you're all good with.
Yeah, Hellboy Noir sounds very fun to me. I'd like to try that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good mix for me too.
Okay.
Maybe Dead Boys Detective Agency is kind of a touch point.
hmm.
hmm
Mhm.
Okay. We will answer more questions about the world we're playing in, so I think this is good for now, and we can continue reading.
We'll also clarify which topics do we not want to have in our game at all, which topics do we at most want to hint at but don't want to describe in detail, and which topics and aspects are we particularly interested in. And I can toss one out for that third bullet point. I was hearing a lot of sort of more supernatural themes, which, I mean, obviously we're monsters, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the problems that we will deal with will be
Yeah.
supernatural. But it sounds like there's maybe interest there.
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
That makes sense, yeah.
like we may be supernatural creatures, but some of our problems can be very normal ones.
hmm Yeah.
But the cases they have to bring to us have to be supernaturally inclined, just because it's like we're the only ones that can deal with it. So
Why else would they come to us?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But maybe they end up having mundane explanations sometimes, or
God, no.
Mm.
We'll find
not
out.
mundane in a
Oh.
boring way, but
Oh
Yeah.
no.
in a plot twist way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. If we do play in this reality, more or less, I would like us to like delete COVID entirely.
Yes. So
But we'll
COVID
talk
and
about more like about setting a bit later. So
yeah.
just yeah.
In terms of like supernatural stuff that I don't want to deal with, I don't want to deal with anything like religious related, like exorcism or anything like The Exorcist or something like that. I don't want to like have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not the vibe that I'm going for this morning.
And I would like to not have any sexual assault or sexual violence,
Yep.
even in the background.
I would like to hint at, but don't describe in detail any aspect of torture.
Yeah. That works. And I think I'm interested in when we describe things to because this is descended from the Queen game, and they sometimes get more like we're looking at the characters and not incorporating them as much, which is fine. That's the game. But I would like to still, as I would like us to pay attention to like how is the physicality of the monsters maybe different from humans, and how does that look? How does that feel? So we get more of the imagery of why does it matter that we're monsters? So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that maybe a general group question, because this is a world where monsters and humans coexist. Do we
Mhm.
want any sort of like inherent tension about that? Or like some of their questions are like, are we openly monsters? Are we secretly monsters?
Yeah.
Oh,
This exact
Is
question comes up later in the text, but
yeah.
it's also fine if we want to discuss it now.
Sure.
yeah, there's also the
We can also answer it when
possibility.
it comes up. I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool.
Mm,
So where did we actually leave off in the text?
Veto is the next
You
section.
continue with veto.
Okay. Thank you. If anything occurs in the game that makes you feel uncomfortable, you can always remove that content from the game. You can also suggest changes. Say what you need so you can have fun playing the game again. We can use established consent and safety tools, such as the X card or script change.
After veto, we'll decide whether we want to keep playing immediately, after break, or not at all. Everyone's well-being is always more important than the game.
Yeah. I would like to add the open door, even if this is a recording. It's always fine to, if you want to leave the game, if you have to leave the game, to do that and just say if you're coming back or not, so we know whether to wait for you or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Our setting. Now we'll set up foundations for our setting so that we all have a shared picture of it. We just need a rough idea. Further details will develop during the game.
Our monsters. We'll be playing monsters who are running a private detective agency in a world populated by both monsters and humans. Are we all the same kind of monster, or is our team a mix of different ones? And are we well-known types of monsters, such as cryptids, aliens, or vampires? Or do we want to come up with our own monster types? We'll develop detail of a detective agency during the first part of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but to me, an ensemble cast of different types of monsters feels like it might get a little bit more humorous, and everyone being the same type of monster feels more dramatic. And I don't know why that's my instinct, but that is my instinct.
Mm-hmm.
When you say same kind of monster, you mean like the same race, species, that sort of thing? It's like,
Yeah, like we're all ghosts or yokai or fairies or
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
I see. Okay. I mean, I agree. I mean, like, it could be almost like verging onto slapstick if we're all different kinds,
Yeah.
because
Like big, large cast of weirdos with their own individual abilities.
Yeah.
Like it's a tighter story, I think, if we're all the same kind,
especially if
Yeah.
it's a
like
one
dealing with the
shot.
same problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're
Yeah.
When
doing
you say
this
the
as a
same kind,
series,
do you mean kind of like related kinds or like exactly the same?
I mean, there could be some wiggle room. Like there's lots of different mythologies around, like vampires, for example.
Right.
Could be like from different traditions, or we could just all be, bog standard Draculas.
or
No,
I mean,
no garlic, no crosses.
well, I mean, like, and there's also like the subsections and factions too. Like, what if we're like rival vampire sects, or like, we're like dark fairies versus like, light fairies, whatever the hell the thing is. I mean,
Yes.
it could be
Oh, yeah,
like a source of
different
dramatic
fae
tension.
courts, and
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Summer versus
Yeah, I feel like
spring.
we can still have some variety even if we're all the same type of monster.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had an idea that came to me.
Yeah.
I think somebody said ghosts. What if we were all ghosts, but from different time periods?
Oh.
So we at least kind of
Well,
had
that's a cool
different sort of
idea.
cultural
Yes.
viewpoints.
Oh, noes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That
sounds
could be
great.
funny.
I like
I'm-
that.
I don't think this will be an issue. Just to be really clear about this, I'm going to go back and add a line about being pro-slavery.
Yes, of course.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Of course. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that answers the question, right? Then we can continue reading.
Place and time. In what place and during which time period will our story take place? Cities or places that work like cities are especially suitable. We can use historical references as an orientation to clarify how our world looks or what kind of technology we have available. For example, Victorian age, 1940s, present time, cyberpunk future.
If the thing about our ghosts is that we come from different times, I feel like it might make the most sense to play more or less in the present time. or like a vaguely fictional present where we don't have to think about like too much about the actual realities of now. Um, and
Yeah, like in our normal world, just because that gives us the most kind of frame of reference for making our characters.
Yeah.
Right, and then we can bring in elements of other times via our characters. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And do we want to set it in a specific country or area or landscape?
Definitely a place with a long history of continued occupation in the same place.
So this way we have like the different time periods like all in like one place, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah. It feels like noir just sort of takes place in like the city, capital T, capital C. Like maybe we don't need to necessarily anchor it in a real world place, but you know, it mentally we kind of have the picture of this has been around for a long period of time.
Right.
We don't need geographic specifics necessarily.
Yeah, that sounds cool. That it's kind of a
it's like the place is a hub, but I mean like, you know, from any time really, because it's
the archetypal city.
Yes.
That's the word I was reaching for.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been here, always been here. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, as cities, the population is always diverse, even among the humans. So that's we can have all kinds of names and all kinds of cultures in there anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. I think it's Tea-amat's time.
It was just me trying to remember who had gone last. Monsters and humans. There are both monsters and humans in our setting. Are monsters living openly or in secret? What is the relationship between monsters and humans?
Yeah.
We have a detective agency. It's like I feel like, you know, somebody's got to know about us, right? So I mean, it can't be completely in secret.
Maybe some kind of just a little, maybe a very small fraction of people know about monsters, or maybe we have a secretary who manage the.
Yeah, maybe we are still like a detective agency, but people in the know that we are a ghost detective agency.
There you go. Yeah.
Right.
And when they have ghost crimes.
Yeah.
We have a human employee who filters out the appropriate.
We have a
cases
human employee.
Yeah.
I love that. The human employee is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
So there's not necessarily like a masquerade or this is hidden. It's just most people don't care to find out.
Or they will turn a blind eye, right? I mean, like how many people will rationalize something before they'll actually accept the supernatural answer?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's not super common to be able to see ghosts and communicate with ghosts.
Yeah.
So most people just don't care.
Right.
Or even that could be like at our discretion.
Right.
Yeah.
We choose to make ourselves visible.
So when
Or
people
depending
are
on specifically what type of ghost we are.
I mean, I like that. I like that it's like our choice whether we want to be seen or not.
Yeah, I'm thinking think it's Monster Hearts where the ghost is like at any given time you can like appear to somebody, interact with a physical object, or like be seen and heard, but never all three at once.
Ooh, yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, I like that.
You have to choose.
So we can be seen, heard, or
also
interact with physical objects, not to be like too. I think it doesn't matter if we like miss details because this is not a test. This is a game.
Yeah,
but I like that's a good.
You don't need to be
a good
strict
guideline.
about it, but as an idea.
And yes, you do need to play Monster Hearts, Rob. It's excellent. So anyway.
Yes.
I also like the idea that people come in and when they're hiring us, it's like they think they're getting the classic noir solo detective, at her desk, and then they leave, and all of us sort of step out of the shadows.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do we maybe have like photos of like maybe stock photos of a person like that, like somewhere on the wall?
Oh, sure.
She's always just out.
Yeah.
Oh, what if that's our human employee is just someone who looks like a noir detective, but is just our secretary?
Bingo. Or even an actor that looks like a noir detective and then just like is our friend.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like the secretary being a secretary.
Okay. An
And
admin. Yep.
there's this
Yeah.
whole like, yeah, no, you can't speak to the detective. She's out on a case. But I will take all of
Yeah.
your information,
Mhm.
and I
Yeah,
will make
that-
sure that it's done. And you can, we will be in touch. Don't call us. We'll call you.
exactly.
Mhm. I've never seen the detective do his work. Where is he? Oh, out on other cases. Don't worry about it.
Undercover.
Undercover.
Yeah.
Always
Very
undercover.
much undercover. Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
Very
You
good at
wouldn't
your
even
job.
know him if you saw him.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all. Okay. A relationship. So, but what a relationship between monsters and humans? So, like, we have our human, unless they're in the know or like occult oriented already. Like, they don't really know about us at all, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
ghosts. Presumably, we
And-
don't need a place to live or food to eat. So
Right.
we can't be in this for the money. Are we in
Yeah.
it to
Mm-mm.
protect people because other, supernatural creatures will harm humans and we don't like that?
Yeah. Or
Or
maybe
maybe
like different reasons. Like, maybe
Yeah.
one of us is like, like it's a debt. Or another person wants to protect like a loved one that's still alive, or
Yeah.
one person's
Ooh.
just really jonesing to see their descendants or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Different
dig
weird
that. That sounds
reasons.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or somebody
The-
is
the most-
workaholic and just never stopped, and someone else is
Mhm.
just like, my murder was never
Yeah.
like solved, so I want to prevent
Yeah.
this in the future. I feel like there's lots of different reasons for us to be
Yeah.
getting into this job.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there, I don't know if it's the next question, but is there another type of supernatural than ghosts?
Ooh.
Mm.
Good question.
Mm.
It would
I think it could be
make
interesting
sense.
to like discover that mid-session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person we're
But
looking
let's
for is
yes.
Yeah.
X kind of creature.
Yeah.
It feels like it makes sense to keep the door open for that, so
Yeah.
that we have flexibility in terms of like when we start thinking
Makes
about
sense.
what the cases are and so on.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't wait to play this. It's like I
Yeah.
smell series. Sorry.
I like this. Yes. Yes. Are there humans who like hunt ghosts, or who like out to destroy us or discover us or something?
I pictured that there is one of those well-meaning, well-intentioned humans. It's like, no, the ghost just needs a rest. They don't belong here.
Oh my God.
And they're
Mhm.
like, she's gonna come at us and like going to try and not exercise us, but what is it like? Try to bring us to
Like-
our earthly rest, like as soon as she
Give us
sees
peace.
us,
Yeah.
right? Bring
Like,
us
what
peace.
do
I'm
you
like,
need? What are
shut
you
up.
looking
Just
for?
go away.
Don't
Just go
please.
away.
Want to do
Yeah.
my job.
Exactly. She's like the interfering one, and I'm like, please just go away.
Yeah. Someone like a recurring foil,
Yes. Yes.
like the equivalent of like a police officer in a noir film
Meddling,
who isn't
meddling
entirely
spiritualist.
helpful.
Exactly. Oh my
Yeah.
The
God.
meddling spiritualist is so good.
Yes. I love this.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I think we have enough to continue reading.
Okay.
And I forgot whose turn it is.
I think it's my turn for how to play.
Okay.
How to play. The play phase of Monstrous Detectives has two parts. During the first part, the detective agency will develop our monsters, the relationships between them, our detective agency, our current client, and our new case. The first part ends when we feel like our monsters and their detective agency have taken on enough shape. Then we'll answer the intermission questions.
During the second part, investigation, we'll develop our case, search for clues, question people, explore various locations, and try to solve the case. The second part ends when we're ready to tell the end of our story. Then we'll answer the closing questions.
Drawing cards and answering questions. Before the game, we'll shuffle the deck of playing cards and put it face down. When it's your turn, draw a card from the stack. Then look up the question attached to it and read it out loud. If you can't or don't want to read out loud, someone else can do it. And I'm going to skip the directions for which questions are on which pages, because we don't have the colors in this playtest document yet. So, yeah. There are two parts. They have different colors.
Interpret and answer your questions however you like. During your turn, the other players may ask you follow-up questions and make further suggestions. Whether you answer those questions or accept the suggestions is your decision.
Adapting, passing on, or removing questions. If necessary, adapt the question or ask the other players for ideas. If you can't answer a question or don't want to, someone else can answer it out of turn. Then you draw a new question and you keep playing as before.
If no one wants to answer the question, discard the card, then draw a new card. You can also discard a card unanswered if the question doesn't fit your story, or if you just don't feel like answering it, then draw a new card.
Creating the story. Be brave and make decisions about the world, the investigation, your monster, and minor characters. As long as you respect any boundaries expressed earlier, there are no wrong answers. Trust that the other players will suggest alternatives or give a veto if necessary. During the game, you can define further details about your character or the setting, or ask other players for such details at any time.
Solving the case. Our case and our investigation will only develop through our answers to the questions we'll draw. The potential solution of the case also only develops through what we'll narrate together. We can also choose to not solve the case if we all think that's the more interesting or appropriate story.
Time and chronology in the story. During the first part of the game, we'll describe our monsters and the detective agency, or narrate short episodes from the past without a specific chronological order.
During the second part, we'll narrate the course of our investigation. We generally do this chronologically, but we can also use flashbacks or walk-in scenes that are happening in parallel to others. Montages and leaps forward in time are also possible. We don't have to narrate everything our character experiences. Instead, we can focus on the most interesting scenes.
We can take notes to keep track of the action. It doesn't matter, though, if our story ends up having inconsistencies or gaps, as long as we enjoy it.
Part 1, The Detective Agency. Now the story begins. It's another day at the Monsters Detective Agency. We filed away the last case and are ready for a new one. Whoever wants to now draws the first playing card and looks up its questions on the following pages.
Does anyone want to start?
Better keep it going so we maintain the order.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Danny.
Okay, so 8 of diamonds. Which monster from your team is a role model for you, and why? I'm going to say, just because it's the only other person I played a game with, Mads' character is, I think, very inspirational to me.
Mhm.
I know what happened to them in life was, not very great, but afterlife has been really allowed them to flourish, and I look up to that a lot.
My character's name is Warwick. He, him pronouns. Anybody want to do any follow-up questions with...
Yeah. Do you know about this, Warwick?
I don't think I do. I mean, I think Warwick is pretty much doing his own thing and, will work with the others, pretty amicably. But, is not aware of, Danny's character's, admiration, I guess, respect for Warwick. So, yeah. Wouldn't even conceive of it, I don't think. No.
Yeah.
Danny, what's your character's name, if you have one?
I'm just typing it in now. I'm going with Josephine, she, her.
Okay. Question.
Should we draw the next card?
I just wanted to ask one more question to Josephine.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Did Josephine know somebody like Warwick when she was alive? Is that part of the admiration? Or the role model thing?
I think maybe it's a bit of Josephine kind of feels some kinship with Warwick and some of the things he went through, and maybe she didn't quite handle her death as well as Warwick seems to be doing. And so you're a bit of a light in the dark tunnel. So.
10 diamonds. With which monster from your team do you share a secret? Ooh, what if the others found out about it? I think that Warwick shares a secret with T's character. T's, what's your character's name? That's the
Uh,
first question.
no, that's a good point. I think he or she goes by Don or Dawn. And I think for some of you, those are just going to sound the same. Uh, so Don or Dawn. And I think she is the most, well, I don't want to speak for other people. She is very physically nebulous. I think he can be hard to see more than just sort of like an outline of. And has also been extremely cagey about when she died. So maybe that's something that you do know.
What if the others found out about it? Huh. I mean, like, do you think that, like, Warwick actually knows? Or you told Warwick?
Hmm. I think it would be interesting if Warwick discovered it through, investigation and detection. Maybe a case that Warwick had worked on previously, sort of brushed up against her past.
Oof. And is it something that Dawn feels strongly about that doesn't want the others to know about?
Hmm. So I'm still feeling him out.
Hmm.
I think yes. I think Dawn very much conceals information about his living life.
Any other questions
Do
for Dawn?
do we even know roughly from what time period Dawn hails? Or do we
She,
like, is even that much a secret?
she has very much not told you.
Dig it.
And basically, I think, like, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, T, but I think
Mm.
Dawn, like, pretty much, like, as you say, like, is very nebulous in their form. So they'll go from, like, being like mask to femme and femme to mask, and then,
Oh
like,
yeah.
just like they'll change their clothes, I think.
Oh yeah.
Like, they'll
Gender
change their,
gaseous, you might say.
yeah, yeah. So it is very hard to pin them down.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah. Do we care about like time of death? Is that something that, I don't know, do we have a hierarchy like, oh my God, if you've been dead as long as I have and stuff like that? Or is it just like you completely out of touch now? Like, is age relevant for us, ghosts?
Yeah, that would be fun
Mm.
if it's like older ghosts are kind of have an
Yeah.
implied seniority. Yeah. Or at least I think that sounds fun.
Yeah, I
Even
like
Mm.
that.
because it could
Yeah.
it could throw up interesting things where like they died young, so they
Mm,
present as very young, but they're like a super old ghost. So
Hmm.
mm,
there's that kind of that contradiction.
yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean, when you're sort of functionally like dead but immortal, like how much of life you've gotten to experience, life in air quotes, I probably weighs more than like counts as more than your physical appearance.
Mm.
do we have control of our appearance? Do we stay in the clothes we die, or do we have the ability to easily change how we look towards the ghosts?
Hmm.
Oh, maybe
I
that's a
feel
skill issue.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going to say it
yes.
could
Like some
vary
people,
for.
some ghosts can do it easily, and others are like more or less stuck
Oh,
in what they died in.
like that.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. But I think you can learn it. You would just need to like practice a lot.
Yeah.
And some ghosts just don't care, I think.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Dawn doesn't care. I mean,
Hmm.
like,
Yeah.
they'll just appear as whatever. So I mean,
Yeah.
they're fine with it. And I think Warwick sort of has it down, but I think there's always something that's anachronistic about whatever they're wearing. So
Hmm.
if they decide to change it, it'll be fine, except for one thing, at least one thing.
Oh, we still have diamonds. I
Did you
swear I
just
shuffled the deck. Which monster from your team has once saved you from great danger? What happened? What happened to me as a ghost? Oh, I think this meddling spiritualist tried to actually get me to move on to the next world when I very much didn't want to. And I think one of you um, interrupted her by I think you made a distraction. Like you started moving objects on the other side of the room and made like weird noises. So she got curious like what was going on and like basically forgot all about me and then I got away and does anyone want to volunteer for having done that? Or maybe it was more of you. Maybe it wasn't just one.
Yay for poltergeists. Yay. Sorry.
Hmm.
What's your character's name?
Peggy Sue.
I have an idea for a character that might jive with that. So yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's actually twins, Elisabeth and William,
Oh my God.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah.
who are always together and finishing one another's sentences and presumably died together.
Oof.
Yeah. That is tragic, but also very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine if we move on to the next card.
10 of Hearts. Once you were very close to quitting this job. Why did you still remain a private detective? My ghost is named Carlos. I was a taxi driver
Mhm.
and I know my way around roads and moving around the city and also cars. And one time, one of cases was about someone who disappeared, who left the city and went abroad to other places. And I almost I had the opportunity to leave the city and maybe discover something else
Yeah.
to break myself free from the city and travel all around the world. But I think I had unfinished business here and
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Did you maybe go on a cruise ship and like haunt that for a while and then you came back to the city?
Good.
Yes. Yes. Because people on that cruise weren't that fun. And the
Yep.
people in the city are more diverse. And
Yeah.
I prefer that kind of.
So many white people. So many middle-class white people.
Yes.
All with the same bad taste in everything. Yeah. Nice.
You said that, Carlos, you said that you were inspired or motivated by, in one of the cases, someone left the city and disappeared. Were they related to you?
I say yes, because it's more fun if I say yes.
Yeah.
In what way?
I think it was maybe a little cousin, someone 2 or 3 generations after me. But a girl who looked like my little sister back in the day.
Nice. I've just named the spiritualist Mary because, of course.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
if anyone wants to give her a last name, if that's relevant.
And
I'm gonna give her a second name actually to make it really really pompous. Like her name her full name is Mary Geneva.
Yeah.
Mary Geneva Lombardi.
Yeah.
Because why the hell not?
That sounds good.
and if no one else has questions about Carlos, I can.
Oh, what does he look like?
Yeah.
What does he look like? In his 40s, dark brown hair, mustache, and he's always wearing a jersey of one of the sports teams from the city. But he likes to take the designs from different areas of the
Oh,
sport
nice. Oh no, that means that he's probably wearing jerseys that have been discontinued. It's like he's the only one that still has the logos. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
People just think you're a true fan because you've got
Yeah,
the old logo
Yes.
design
exactly.
on
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's so vintage, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he
Where
does
did
he
you
haunt
get
the
that? Can I
stadium?
buy that?
Does he haunt the stadium
it.
when he's not on a case?
Rolls around the stadium.
We'll see about that.
Oh,
Is there a
he could be just
rival
like one of
sports
those like
team?
legendary fans that people see,
Right.
like shows up to all the like the parties. It's like, yeah, that guy.
It's got the old logo. Oh my Lord.
I want to be like him one day. True fan.
Oh no.
Yeah. Can I interject a few more details about Peggy Sue because I realize I didn't say anything, but I have an idea in my mind already. In my mind, she was working as a waitress in the 1950s and was probably just murdered. And I think she's one who's like, okay, I need to make sure other people are protected, especially the people usually don't care about. And so I'm working these cases and using my new ghost skills and abilities to do that. And I'm very fashion conscious. I mean, I still like the vintage stuff. I don't understand modern fashion necessarily, but I've put a lot of work into like changing my appearance. So I have outfits for every situation, and I always look really styled up.
Ooh, Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades. Which of your monster characteristics do you expect to be particularly helpful during this case? I think, given the nature of being twins, I expect the fact that they can kind of surprise people by sometimes appearing as one person, sometimes appearing as multiple people, and kind of, one distracting while the other does something. Those kind of skills, which are not exactly supernatural, but I think there's something uncanny about the way they present in being able to read each other's thoughts.
Yeah.
How old are they?
How far can you be apart? Are you like a ghostly entity and you have to be like within a certain vicinity of each other?
I think maybe
can you
that's
be in like
something nobody's quite sure about. Nobody's ever seen them further apart than like two sides of the same room.
Mm. Maybe they just don't like to be apart, though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, T, you were asking how old they were.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like mid to late 20s.
You said sometimes you appear as two entities and sometimes as one. When you appear as one, does one of the two twins have as control of the appearance, or do you have a schedule? Or
I think they're so similar, it's hard to tell which is if they're not fully corporeal in any given moment, sometimes you might be confused about which one you're talking to, which one is there, or if it's some kind of gestalt combination of the two. So it's hard to tell where one ends and the next begins.
And they're the sort of people who go by Elisabeth and William or Betty and Billy. Do they allow nicknames?
I think they will tolerate nicknames, but they don't use them themselves. They're quite formal. I'm picturing kind of 1920s, 1930s era,
Yes.
maybe a little coming across as a little upper class.
Yeah.
Old money
Yeah.
types.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kind of people you would imagine lounging around their parents' estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kind of people that Josephine worked for in life.
Hmm.
I've decided she's like a maid from the 1800s.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah.
Eight of clubs. Your team has invented something that has helped you with many investigations. What is it? So we talked about ghostly abilities are something you have to learn. We talked about being able to interact with objects is probably one of those. Being able to change your appearance is probably one of those. I'm trying to think if this is an object we've been able to use. Hmm. What if I think we can't use telephones? I
Hmm.
think something about the voice signal just doesn't work over telephony.
Static. Lots of
Yep,
static.
yep. So I
Uh,
think we. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say another reason why we need our human employee.
We do.
Hmm.
But I think, and maybe we liberated these from Mary Geneva Lombardi. I think we have a pair of obsidian mirrors that will allow us to communicate only with other ghosts. So
Yeah.
as an agency, we've got two that we can split up and still talk to each other.
Yeah. I feel like we constantly fight over who gets to take them where, and
Mhm.
I was like, we should try to get more of these so we can each have one. No,
Yeah.
the twins don't
Yeah.
need like
What?
separate ones.
Yeah.
You're together anyway all
Why
the
did we
time.
give them to Elizabeth and William? They don't need them.
Right, exactly. But I mean,
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
think what's funny is the fact, like, in the background, like, whenever they're like, some of you are squabbling over, like, who gets to use them at any given point. It's like, there's Warwick in the background, kind of giving a little smile in the corner. Nobody else sees it though.
yeah. What's up with him?
Two of hearts. Are you afraid of humans? Why or why not? Human reaction to ghosts can like kind of run the gamut. Like some people are scared of us, some people are, like Mary Geneva, are trying to put us to rest. Like I don't think we fear most humans. Like a lot of them ignore us. They don't pose like a threat to us physically, but like the biggest fear I think is being exposed as a bunch of ghosts. Like that would be probably bad for business, probably bad for our way of life, such as it is.
Yeah.
So more afraid of discovery exposure than humans themselves, I think.
Have you ever had a close call?
No.
Yeah.
Have I ever had a hook? I I think there was a particular moment where the standard sort of maid outfit hasn't changed much in 200 plus years. So I think like that allows Josephine to kind of move among certain sets of society. But like one time there was a particular uh,
Yeah.
gentleman who like really knew his maid stuff. It was probably part of a weird fetish if we're being honest, but he noticed that my
Yeah.
outfit was quite out of date and called that into question because it didn't match the other maids in the building. And
Yeah.
I just said it was an old spare and I quickly got out of there and out of his
Yeah.
sight.
Yeah. You always have to be careful of people with like expertise in
Mhm.
certain areas. Yeah.
King of Spades. Let's see. Ooh, what danger do you expect during this case? How do you prepare for it? I mean, it's never something that we can actually prepare for until it comes up on our human assistance docket. We just try to keep our tools handy, like the obsidian mirrors. We, just prepare our way of researching things. I mean, I'm sure that we have like our own ghostly networks or like, people that we normally talk to that can actually, find out more things than you would be able to, like if you were living. And, you know, um, I think we're just like always on the lookout to try to see if we can find out where Mary Geneva is at any given moment, just to make sure that she's not going to interfere with us, or to make sure that we're not going to be around when she is. And I think,
Mads,
I
I've
think,
got a pitch.
go ahead.
What if, not knowing that we are the ones behind this agency, it's Mary Geneva who's hired us?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yes! Yes! Oh, sheet. Okay. I love that. Mary Geneva has a problem.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Is
no.
she has she hired us to find us, or is it like unrelated to us as ghosts? Like it's like a normal crime that she's involved in.
Or it could be something that looks really bad and it looks like it's like supernaturally related, but yet, it has nothing to her to do with the ghost she's trying to bring peace to.
Yeah.
It's like this is more of like something that like
Like it's
a murder or like an attack. That's just look like something that she wouldn't expect from
hmm.
I
Could,
I have
something.
could
an
I make a
idea.
pitch for something like a like demons? Is demons too like weighty? Like does it have too much baggage?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, yeah, so long as it doesn't mean like, possession, like, the Virgin to
Hmm.
Exorcist territory, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
yeah.
like in the realm of spiritual interest, but cult, maybe?
Maybe
Ooh.
maybe she doesn't
Mm.
know it's supernatural, but she knows our assistant and she has recommended like using this agency because they would be perfect. And so she's just had weird things happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
That
Yeah. And then there's probably the reason why there's a danger to it is not only because it's like, Mary Geneva being like her meddling self, but also because the the things that have been happening that have been weird could be dangerous to humans as well. Like, so if there is a cult involved, which we're not sure about yet, then like, the human component could be dangerous to other humans. There we go.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
I like those pitches. Yep.
Do we
Um,
want to give our assistant a name? Does
we
anyone
should.
have an idea?
Terry, because it could be either
Yeah,
could be either non-binary or male, female, whatever. So
yeah. I like that.
Very good.
Terry assistant. And they're horribly, or I should say, they're wonderfully efficient. We say horribly because it's like they try to keep us in line, which is terrible in some respects. So, yeah.
Yeah. I have the Queen of Hearts. Which of your monster characteristics enriches your life the most? Oh, I mean, it has to be my fashion skills, right? Because when I was alive, I could never afford all of these nice clothes. And now I can just make them. I can just look at a picture and just like make that appear on my body. That's amazing. I really enjoy that. I mean, I feel like I hang out with like probably hang out in like the vintage crowd because that's, sometimes how you get attached to the style you wore in your youth and you never really lose that taste. speaking from my own experience here. Um,
Mhm.
and so yeah, I think I still go very much for like 50s silhouettes and like classic chic, but I tend to make clothes that are more expensive than the one I was able to afford when I was alive. So maybe I always appear like slightly overdressed for the occasion. And it's just a joy in my life to make a new hat, or like a fabulous coat. And
Oh, are we thinking like,
Are
totally
you,
like Jackie Kennedy, like, tricked up, like with the pillbox
yeah, I
hat
mean,
and the
like
Mm.
suit?
full
mhm.
on, like I think I like to wear like little like 1950s style hats,
Yes.
like a mixture between a hat and a fascinator, and
Yes.
like always like really nice coats, and always like with a fit and flare
Yes.
kind of cut.
Yeah.
Um,
Are
yeah.
you sort of like a fashion guide for the rest of us? Like, do you try to like give us makeovers, or do you like because we're all kind of have different eras, different mindsets. Do you try to like spruce us up?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely tried to convince you to make your hemlines a little shorter because that's just, I mean, like the mid calf, it's just really old-fashioned, and just like this much. And I feel like I will try to give suggestions, but I also realize like everybody is from a different time, everybody has a different taste. But yeah, I'm just really into this, and the more people I can help share this joy, um, I will try that.
I think
Yeah.
Warwick will take your advice every once in a while and wear like one of those nice suits and
Hmm.
such. But then like there's something wrong with like what he's wearing. Like so instead of wearing like the nice tie, like
Yeah.
maybe he's got one of those like wraparound scarves or like a very
Yeah.
ornate cravat, which doesn't
Yeah.
suit it at all, or
Yeah.
like has a I don't know like a shirt that doesn't belong with the suit or something.
Hmm.
Something that just like you can tell like he
Yeah.
tried, but no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you do you make like formal lessons for all of us to attend to to
Oh,
learn about that?
Oh, that would be so
I think
cute.
yeah, I think I'm trying to convince Terry that we should have like these mandatory fashion classes, and like continuing education for the staff, because it's important to know these things, because when you need to make a disguise and when you want to appear, you need to be conscious of what you're wearing because it matters what people think, like what era you're from. And yeah, I
Stand
feel
out in
like
the right way.
Terry is still trying to rein me in a little bit on that.
Mhm.
Because I mean, I think it should be like a full week of like full time me telling you things.
What is
And Terry's like, yeah, I don't know. How about we make it like an hour workshop, maybe? Just like the basics. And yeah.
what does Dawn think about this? I mean, like in terms of, like just getting these lessons. Like
Yeah.
never mind like how long the lessons are, but like, just getting these lessons in particular.
Yeah. I think he shows up. And I do think when it's required that we look, in a certain way to interact with people. I think that she is able to change her face and sort
Hmm.
of body to some degree as well. So I think she tends to look put together, but not like she had fun doing it.
Hmm.
And I think he usually has dark hair, dark eyes, sort of like a middling complexion in terms of um, what's the word I'm looking for here? Color, I think,
Skin color,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, skin color. Thank you. Skin tone, maybe.
skin
Uh,
tone. Yeah.
I'm still working on my coffee too. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so I think, shows up, takes notes when we need to go on the job. He looks correct in kind of a boring way.
Yeah.
Nondescript?
Nondescript, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I'm not trying to impose a specific style. It's more like you should know stuff so you can make decisions and like make informed choices about your appearance and the things you can do with your appearance. I've given up on Carlos, so just just
Why?
I, ma-
Why?
I made the effort for the shoes, for the pants,
yeah, that's
for
true.
the jacket, but the shirt is always a shirt, or a
Yeah,
sport shirt.
yeah,
But everything else, I try to follow your advice.
yeah,
Oh, so sweet.
yeah. Yeah, I think I just have a very, very strong opinion that nobody should wear sportswear to work unless they're having a sports job.
But
Yeah.
but Carlos does because he goes around the stadium. I mean,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure
I
that
mean,
we
okay, but he's
One day
wearing
we're
these
going to have to
all the
sneak
time.
into a stadium,
Yes.
and then Carlos will be
Yes.
indispensable.
Yes, absolutely. He
And
will be our in.
remember that case 10 years ago.
Oh,
The guy was fond of the team, and
yeah.
Yeah,
that's what get us
Yeah. He wanted to
the
meet the
clue
number
we
one
needed.
fan.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
and
not
I'm
saying
sure
you should never do sports outfits again. I just think you should add variety. Anyway, I'm going to talk about
Sometimes
this
it's
with Terry.
sometimes it's just a sport jacket.
Yeah. For the sports jersey. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's your turn, Nicholas.
5 of spades, I see. Where did you see or maybe even meet your client before? We talked about Marie Geneva being our client. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
But
that's
have
the
you had a
one
run-in
who,
with her? That's the question. Like, has Carlos had a run-in with Mary Geneva before?
Yeah.
yes, on the cruise ship.
Oh, God,
Oh my
no!
God.
That's I think that's why maybe
Yeah.
maybe not the reason I gave you all, but that's the reason I went off this ship. It's because she was there and she started to cross sorry, I don't have the English expression, but dot the eyes. She's starting to dot the eyes, and
starting to put the
the
pieces together.
yes, and the ship is a closed space, so I had a few places to hide,
Yeah.
and when the ship went back to shore, I get out of it and
Yeah.
went back to the city.
Is there part of the reason you came back to warn us about her?
I don't think I warned you about her because I didn't think she would she would pose a threat to us. And maybe I didn't have an interaction with her since some of you had, but not me. And but know that maybe we saw her client meeting with Terry. I made the connection.
Yeah.
Did she see Carlos? Like, actually see Carlos? Or did she sense your presence on the ship?
I think she sensed the presence. She knew it was the strange stuff happening was because of a ghost, and I was trying to hide things, but the safe place for me were sin and sin.
3 of hearts. Three of Hearts is, what is your favorite activity when your team isn't working on a case? I think there's a certain amount of people watching and slightly playfully mischievous interfering with people, meddling, not in a cruel way, but well, maybe some people might interpret it as that. But it's like, the two twins speaking their secret language to one another and just having their own inside jokes and inside games.
Do you have any favorite, I don't want to say victims, but subjects, like say, at the moment?
Targets.
I think it's a broad spectrum. I think it's anyone who catches their attention and they start kind of talking to one another, making up a story about who that person is and what they're doing and what their life is like. And yeah, it just kind of spirals to the point where they start messing with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think there's any particular type of person. It can surprise you with who it could be.
Forgive me if this was already answered, but how old, like, when they died, are the twins?
Like, I was thinking mid to late 20s.
Okay, yeah, I'm imagining them as kind of young, kind of emotionally stunted, a little bratty. Okay, this tracks.
Especially if they are coming from very well-to-do to rich family, and
yes,
they are bored.
One senses some privilege and boredom, ennui.
Yeah, sheltered and used to getting everything they wanted.
Ace of Diamonds. Scroll. With which monster from your team did you experience something nice? What was it? I think Dawn really loves to go dancing. And I think one of the things that Dawn really likes is partner dancing, but of course it's quite hard. Yeah? Do you think Peggy Sue is absolutely? I was going to open it up. Who wants to have gone partner dancing with
Mimi?
Dawn? Yeah. Well, I mean, would Peggy Sue want to do sort of more like a sock hop swing kind of thing, more contemporaneous for her?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I think she's open to learning other styles, but yeah, that's definitely something she's comfortable with and probably also really pretty good at. I think she used to go dancing a lot when she was still alive.
I think Dawn's been working on trying to get you to waltz.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I think like I said, usually, their clothes are correct. But I think when he's partnering you, he's a very snappy dresser and sort of dresses to match you.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you leading or do we switch roles? How do we dance?
I think he would leave it to you. If you prefer to follow, he's happy to follow, happy to lead. If you prefer to lead, happy to follow.
Yeah, I think she's just more used to following, but might be open to switch every once in a while. But for waltzing, I feel like she's definitely following, and I think that's a point of discussion because I think for her waltz is like super old fashioned, and I mean, why would you waltz when you can like jive instead?
Because I think maybe like for one of these get-togethers, maybe like Warwick will watch for a minute or so, and then when you bring that up like out loud, he might say to you, because it's the intimacy, because it's two people that are moving together in space, touching. One is pushing, one is pulling. And that is the most beautiful union in dancing that you can have. One of the best experiences, yes. You can jive and have that kind of experience, but waltz is a lot closer. And then he'll nod and then leave.
Can I just say as a player, yes, absolutely.
I think when Warwick leaves, Dawn looks after him consideringly for a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Peggy Sue is still like, but it does sound kind of nice. It sounds romantic, and maybe she's just not sure about Dawn yet.
Yeah, if you seem unsure or like you didn't have a very good time, I think he's not going to offer to take you waltzing again.
Oh no.
No! No!
Yeah, I think it might be a case of like wanting to be convinced. But yes. Maybe that's a source of misunderstandings between us.
Yes, I think so. I also think she was a little bit taken aback when you called it old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Which I don't think Warwick was surprised by.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, you're like older, and for you, it's probably the height of like, this was the new shit when I was young. Yeah.
I was there when the waltz was invented.
Oh my gosh. We don't know. With Dawn, we'd have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Peggy Sue certainly doesn't know. Yeah. Do we go dancing like in a club, or do we go to like ballroom events, or like how does that look? Do we dance in private?
I think Dawn enjoys the sort of nightlife aspect of it. So I think, she'll try to find when dancing is happening live, and especially with live music.
Oh, nice.
That is often, you'll find her. I guess I don't know if we can use the internet if we can't use phones, but sort of looking through like local newspapers and trying to identify when the events are, and every time you pass a light post pole with a bunch of like flyers stapled on it, she slows down a little bit to scan.
Dance classes.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, as Ghost, you can get into any event that you want, basically. So whatever exclusive club or like
ballroom
high society thing, you just slip through the wall, create a nice outfit for yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
And you don't necessarily have to be seen to them. You could be, just to each other and then dance, wherever. So, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Nice.
And I think Danny's next.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dance seemed to be a point of interest, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
6 of clubs. How do you promote your detective agency? I think, our detective agency probably, like for the normal cases, gets promoted in, the normal way. I think that the interesting question is, how do we promote ourselves for like the weird cases? I think we have like a sense for the supernatural. So like we have our network of information, the sources that we go to, people we talk to for like specialized knowledge, and it's just we build up a network of people in the know. And whenever there's like a question, like somebody nearby is like, hey, you know who you can talk to about that? Or like, oh, it happened on the full moon. I know somebody you should talk to. Like we have a series of guys who know guys who can
Yeah.
like filter cases down to us.
Yeah. Did we also try like one of these ads in one of these, I don't know, local papers that say,
Mhm.
aren't you quite sure what just happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel weird asking a regular
Mhm.
private detective agency about this? Something like
Yeah,
that,
Yeah.
in
with the tone of
the
like a fortune teller
yeah,
vibe.
like
It's
the
worded.
vaguest possible terms.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
worded in
Like
such a
we get
way.
a lot of misdirected
Yeah.
things. Like, oh no, that's not what we meant at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Terry will
For
filter those
unusual
out.
cases.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that
Craigslist probably.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
well, oh God, Chris. But I mean, I think like, Terry has a patter of questions that they ask, like that automatically weed out like 51% of the weirdos that like, no, we're not dealing with those cases because that has absolutely nothing to do with what we do. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Also,
I
we're
think
very
we
sorry, but the detective has no availabilities this month. Oh no,
Mhm.
I meant this quarter, this year actually.
and
There's
I think
a
maybe
lot of
we
cases. We're very busy.
Yeah.
Backlogged.
He's very busy.
Backlogged.
Yeah.
The one detective that we have is very busy.
I feel like the pronouns keep changing.
In demand. In
Mhm.
demand.
Yeah.
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 and maybe we got like a network of other agencies, and we when we got strange stuff, but not strange for us, so we can get
We
our clients to them, and then they do the same when they are dealing with stuff they know they can deal in.
Oh, that's neat.
We
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very
Yeah. I
nice.
like that.
Reciprocal. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I was just wondering whether anybody used to work as a private detective when they were alive, but maybe Terry is the connection and she used to work for a
Yeah,
private detective before.
maybe she is, or worked for like a more mundane detective
Yeah.
agency before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Yeah. But probably got involved in one of our cases
Yeah.
accidentally and then was just after that was like
Yeah.
hooked and just
Yeah.
yeah, I think I want to work for you guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever they said.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you need to fix this because I mean like you guys are just a hot mess and decided to organize us. Oh,
Oh my God. Yeah.
yep, I can picture it.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Any more questions for Josephine? No? Okay, it's me. 8 of Hearts. You've had an accident in the past. What happened and what does it mean for you today? This is not a new line of work for Warwick. He's done this before, like investigating, researching, and all this kind of stuff. So, this is fine. It's familiar. But in one of his experiments way, 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 way long ago, I think he was trying to research something. And he was playing with... He was playing with communications, like trying to delve further into communicating with supernatural beings. This is when he was alive, actually. And he was fooling around with the usual protection, like salt, iron, but then he was also including stuff like different herbs, different chemicals, and obsidian. And I think something had happened when he did a mix, and he shouldn't have added so much of this and too little of that, and there was an explosion. And I think he woke up, and it means that he's been doing research ever since. Continuing his work, but not living. And his notes were lost. So
that is there something? This sounds like there's something unresolved from his life there that he wants to figure out or solve.
yeah.
Nice.
How long ago was this?
Centuries long ago.
So this was more like proper alchemy.
So if he didn't create those obsidian mirrors, then he was reminded about his experiment, looking at them. And yeah, he's just, he does remember why he did it. He does remember why he was trying to do that experiment. And he's not, sad doesn't even cover it. But even non-living, he's not able to do what he set out to do. So, yeah.
Is it hard for you to work with these mirrors? Do you try to avoid it?
I think I try to avoid it. I find some other way to try to communicate with somebody else, or I will have somebody else paired with me, so this way they'll use the mirror if we're like out and about, and then I don't have to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah.
Because there's a face that I want to see and I don't see it.
Oh no. Yeah. Since we just finished another round, do we feel ready for the intermission questions? Do we feel like we know enough about us as monsters and the agency and can move forward towards the investigation?
I think we could, right? Or
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to read the intermission questions. If you haven't defined this during the previous answers, decide now. What kind of monster is each of you? What are your names and pronouns? Who is your client? And what is your case? And then we gather all the cards we drew, put them back into the deck, and shuffle it again. And then either we can take a short break, which is probably at the top of the hour, so that works, and then we continue with playing part 2. I will recall and shuffle the deck. And what I feel like we answered the monster questions. We know our names and pronouns, and we know that our client is Mary Geneva Lombardi, but I feel like we could know a little bit more about the case.
Yes.
Like, what are we actually supposed to do?
My pitch is that I think in going to a couple of houses where she was sensing things, not us, but sensing other things or other ghosts or other somethings. I think she had sensed something bad. Like it was a negative, it was a almost evil kind of presence, and there were signs, like not necessarily religious, but I mean like some dark signs that just kind of carried over, and then she was recognizing them, but she couldn't pin down why. She couldn't pin down what it was, and she like found our agency through word of mouth like everybody else does, and wanted to have our agency like investigate because as far as she was told, these houses should have just had like these spirits that should have just been laid to rest and been sent to wherever they needed to go for the next life and blah blah blah. But no, she didn't find that. She found something very, very bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I feel like in noir, the cases are usually like pressing and like already kind of dire by the time they get to a detective.
yeah,
So maybe like she's seen some symbols, she's been followed by robed figures,
yes,
yeah,
like she's
Maybe,
afraid of something.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I
maybe
think she
she.
tried to fix it on her own, like trying to do like her rituals to maybe it works on other entities as well. Like just peace is good for everybody, right? And then things just got worse.
Hmm.
Yeah,
She thought she could
Maybe.
handle it and
yeah,
definitely found out she definitely cannot.
yeah, yeah. And are we supposed to just identify what's happening, or are we also supposed to like get rid of whatever is going on?
Could
Or
we add
even just
murder
identify.
to?
Hmm.
Nicholas.
Yes. Uh, Maybe she came to us because there are people who died in the
Oh,
houses. And she sensed the same bad influence, bad spirit in those houses.
mm,
But the normal authorities can she can tell them, uh,
yeah,
I sense something bad, and it's the same thing in two very different houses, and maybe there is something going, and she can have a regular detective to investigate on that.
mhm,
It's
That makes sense.
yeah,
to
Wonder.
someone not supernatural or not acquainted to the supernatural. It will look like a random murder,
Yeah,
random death.
Mhm.
Maybe not murders, but just death. But one death here, one death here,
yeah.
one death there,
Mhm.
and but she can put threads around those
yeah,
deaths.
I wonder if the victims, and maybe this is part of the reason that the police are just not interested, were ghosts, right? Like she's been going to these
Oh,
places and trying to get them to pass on, and
Mm.
she comes back and
Oh,
they're not there, but they haven't passed on, and there's some sort of like symbols,
oh my
and
that's
something
gosh.
great.
is
Oh
killing
my
yeah.
them.
Someone
gosh.
murdered ghosts.
Ah,
Mm.
That's awesome.
so that's pressing for us because then we're vulnerable.
Mm,
Yeah,
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
Yeah.
love it. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
What do you mean we can die again? I've already died once.
Nah, what? No, 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 no,
yeah,
no.
yeah. No, I mean, I'm definitely not gonna be murdered again, and I'm not gonna let any one of you be murdered if I have anything to say in this matter. We should do something.
And Warwick's gonna be like outraged at this and go, there is nothing beyond the beyond. This is this is an outrage against laws of the universe, if we can call
Yeah,
them that. There's something very wrong. So yeah,
yeah,
this is a
yeah,
dire case.
yeah. Still, I wonder, do we are we the ones gathering the information and then somebody else deals with the actual threat, or is that sort of within our work that we also take care of these threats?
That's a good question. Like, are we the investigative types, and are there like action people that take care of the
Yeah,
like the heavy duty stuff,
yeah,
or are
yeah,
we also the action people that do
yeah.
this?
I mean, I'm
Okay.
fine either way. I just think we should clarify it
Yes,
so we know
I think
what kind of conclusion we're working towards in the second
Mm,
part.
I think it depends on the case we are playing.
Hmm.
Uh,
yeah, but if it's something particularly
Yeah,
dangerous or yeah, it makes sense
Yeah.
that
yeah,
we would
yeah,
have someone to hand it
Yeah.
over to.
yeah.
Yeah. Some stuff we can handle and some we call in help for.
Hmm.
Maybe
We
Yeah,
won't
we
know
the
don't.
until we're like midway through
Yeah,
the investigation
Yeah.
yeah, that works.
and we're in
That
over
works.
our heads.
Yeah,
maybe there's
that
something
sounds good.
like the Council of Echoes or something, but they are not going to come in without hard
Yeah,
evidence.
Yeah,
yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, nice. Yeah. I think we did answer all the questions for the middle part, and I think we should take a short break again.
Yes.
And then continue with the action and investigation phase.
Yep.
Okay,
Fine.
I think we can continue with me and then keep playing in the usual order.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna read the introduction to part 2. Part 2, the investigation. Now the investigation begins. We know what our new case is. It's time for us to start investigating. And again, whoever wants to draw us the next playing card, and we look up the question. And I said I would do it, so I will do it. And I have the Ace of Diamonds. Oh, your client is hiding something from you. How do you find out? I think she is hiding how bad it is and still trying to downplay everything, and it's just about the ghosts needing peace, maybe. And oh, and maybe she knows or suspects someone who's involved in this, but she's not telling us yet. But we find out, or I find out, I think something literally doesn't add up. She's giving us like times and dates and numbers and things, and I feel like I'm very good at doing math in my head, and it doesn't make sense that there's a gap missing, and then I start to get suspicious and tell all of you about this, and we're like, why isn't she giving us the correct information? How are we supposed to investigate if she's not honest and not giving us everything we need to know?
So you suspect that she's covering up for someone?
Maybe. I mean, it could be a mistake, but it's a very specific mistake to make. I mean, I feel like she knows more than she's told us. We should.
1 is a mistake, 2 is a coincidence, 3, there's choices made. So
Yeah. We should keep an eye on her. I mean, can we? Someone should. I don't know.
I can try tailing her. I'm pretty good at
Yeah.
remaining invisible.
don't
Yeah,
See
you
if
feel,
should keep an
she
eye on
meets
her.
with anybody
Definitely.
or
Yeah.
does something.
don't
Yeah.
just don't be too close, Josephine. Remember, she can sense us, but
Yeah.
you don't want to be close enough that she's going to try and dispel you or bring you to your next rest.
Yeah. And take one of the mirrors.
Dawn presses it into your
Yes.
hand.
Yeah, I'll send you a whisper if I notice anything strange.
You have to climb. Why? Do you manage? Why do I have to climb?
I mean, if it doesn't make sense for the ghost world, you can also always adapt the question to something you need to like get up somewhere close without stairs or something. Somewhere up. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yes. I think I went to investigate one of the places Marie Geneva told us about, and I can't get. It's a tall building, and I can. The place she mentioned is a penthouse, and there is something preventing me to get into the lobby of the building, and I have to get access by other means. and I need to climb. It's not really climbing. Us as ghosts, we are less subjects to gravity, and I go to the neighborhood building, and I went up to that other building through more conventional means, taking. Sorry, I don't have the word in English.
Elevator?
The elevator. Thank you. I take the elevator to get to the top of the building, and then from there I jump on the building to get to the roof, which is a glass roof, and I can watch the penthouse.
Nice.
But something prevents me from going inside that building, even from the top. So
Oh, maybe some buildings have like ghost protection.
that,
Maybe
or
that's-
maybe what the dire thing that happens there prevent us ghosts from getting into that place. I don't know.
Or maybe
but
they could even be specifically defending against that kind of interference, right?
Right. Especially if they
Yes.
know about it. So, I mean, like, they're warded.
Yeah.
And maybe if you describe it, if you have a mirror, then, like, and you describe it through the mirror, then somebody describes it to Warwick, and then...
Yes, I think I had a mirror with me. I went there on taxi. I drive a taxi. People see a driverless taxi sometimes in the city. It's my taxi. and I had the mirror in it, but I wear a sport shirt, but I'm not a sporty type of ghost. And jumping from one building to the other, I needed to be as light as possible, so I didn't get the mirror with me. So I can't talk about it to some of you, but only when I will get back to my taxi and get down from the penthouse.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's important to know, that you can't see a thing. You couldn't get into the building, period, because it is warded.
Yeah.
Yes. And warded from top to bottom.
Crazy.
Did we establish what was in the building?
If someone has an ID.
Yeah.
You were pointed towards a penthouse.
Yeah.
There was something found maybe at one of the scenes that indicated either a business card or an address, like a slip of paper, something that indicated that particular address. But the floor was, of course, like the penthouse. So
Yes, I think it was one of the places Marie Geneva told Terry about. He told us the case.
Oh yeah, that's one of the places where one of the ghost murders happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is very suspicious because they're warded against ghosts and yet they murdered a ghost in there.
Unless the warding happened after the ghost murder.
Yeah.
The warding
makes
also
more
stops
sense.
ghosts getting out, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Oh,
Faraday
getting out
trapping.
and getting in.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's already a conspiracy theory forming in my head.
Yeah, I'm already pissed off. I'm like, damn it. Okay.
Of
Rob?
course, I'm a team player, so once I get down to my taxi, I inform everyone of what I didn't find, but somehow found something.
Yeah. I mean, that's an important piece of information that you're letting us know. You can't get in, but it's warded. So it probably wasn't warded before when that ghost, the bad thing happened and the ghost was done for. So
10 of spades. A clue leads you into a hospital or a doctor's office. What do you find there? I'm thinking it's got to be the hospital where one of their victims that we know of passed away and became a ghost, and then they
Oh, yeah.
trapped them
Yeah.
from there. What do we
Oh.
find there? Do we... I wonder if there's a reason for us to suspect that there is a doctor who is part of this conspiracy, who is kind of deliberately funneling, like passing people onto them as they pass away from life,
Was
passing
the
their
doctor
ghosts
living in the
onto them.
penthouse?
Why not?
damn,
So
that's
we're
some
like, okay,
serious
we
ass
can't
money.
get if we can't get into the place where they live, let's get into the place where they work.
Yeah, definitely at
And
least
then we
connected
figure this
somehow.
out, like, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think that this doctor is involved, lives at the penthouse, but lives at the penthouse because of his wife, whose family, helped get them the penthouse, owns the penthouse, whatever. But yeah, they lead to money. They lead to
Yeah.
some serious money.
Anything else you wanted to add or explore for that card? Do we want to name the doctor?
So,
Probably.
yeah.
Um,
I'm only coming up with bad names.
It's fine.
Dr. Thaddeus. Give me a last name.
Barry.
Barry? Okay. Dr. Thaddeus Barry it is. And his wife is named Veronica Barry.
Did he take her name?
No,
Or
I mean
did she take
she's
his?
of the city's what's a sufficiently snooty
Elite.
city name? What is it?
Oh, just like she's of the elite, so I think she'd
Yes.
want to keep her own name.
Yeah, but there's a specific name. I mean, she may even want to. She may actually
Maybe they
allow.
hyphenated.
Oh, hyphenate.
Yeah, hyphenate.
Yeah.
So what is a sufficiently snooty name? Veronica blah 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 Barry.
Worthington.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That's sufficiently snooty. Yep, Worthington Barry. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Ugh. 4 of clubs.
One of your monster characteristics creates a problem during the investigation. How do you deal with that? Ooh, you know what it is? I think Don is in the hospital, also trying to investigate, and has to slip into a room for a moment, and change into Dawn, and as just after she's finished doing so, and I think she's trying to impersonate a doctor, so she's in scrubs. The door opens, and she has been followed by someone who knows that there was only one person in this room who now looks completely different.
Ooh.
Yeah, and maybe it is. It's Thaddeus.
Oh. Oh no.
And I wonder who else is in the hospital who, as Thaddeus pulls out his, I don't know, I'm trying to come up with what an object would be that would be threatening and also sort of tie him obviously into this conspiracy.
And etched an etched iron rod that could be some kind of relic.
Yeah.
And it works against us.
Yeah. Can it look like a super modern tech thing.
Yeah, I was just going to say something like
that
that.
has
It
just
looks
the
like some
iron
kind
thing
of
inside. So the relic is like within a case of like beepy,
Yeah.
lighty things.
Yeah.
looks like a medical instrument of some kind.
Yeah.
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 Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then we recognize that, oh, it's actually this. Yeah.
Yeah, because we can
Yeah, so-
see like through it and stuff like that. I'm just trying to think.
Is it like a ghost scanner or is it like a weapon?
It's like a weapon.
Yeah, definitely a weapon.
Definitely a weapon.
And I think he's just made Dawn, right? Like, has absolutely knows that she is a ghost. Who is it who comes up behind Dr. Barry and saves her in this moment?
I mean, Elisabeth and William are there, so it's like, please.
Yeah, is it the twins?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah, since they were the ones there.
And how do you diffuse the situation or I don't know, physically constrain him? I don't think we've established whether or not we can wrestle people to the ground or not.
Yeah. But they can throw
Well,
objects.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there was something about poltergeist
Yeah.
like abilities.
Definitely poltergeist abilities for sure.
I think the way the twins evade this situation is by the fact that Thaddeus Barry thinks they're dealing with a single ghost, and in fact they're dealing with two. So
Oh yeah.
so there is a point at which they're able to, in what he perceives, it seems like they're being in two places at once, but it's because there's two of them. So they're able to evade him or, distract at just the perfect moment to.
And let Dawn get away. Yeah.
And because they can communicate so effectively between the two of them, without necessarily speaking.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm imagining not tonally Scooby-Doo, but there is a little bit of a chase scene where Dawn is sort of slipping through walls to try to get to other rooms, and is being just sort of, and everyone's going to get out of the doctor's way, of course, and is being pursued, and the twins are able to sort of trip him up long enough for him to slip away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they literally trip him by like using some kind of cord or cable or something.
Right.
To just pull it across a hallway or something.
And he's yelling at the nurses for like, for all the stuff that's getting in his way and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's heading for triage and he's like, like desperate and he's getting mad. But I mean,
I like the idea that they're even able to kind of make him look ridiculous or raise other people's suspicions about why is he running around in this insane way, that
It's this respected doctor who's just freaked out about something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, something's off. Yeah, I'll kick it to Danny. Maybe we'll find out what's up with Mary Geneva, but she's trailing.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Up the card.
Perhaps. Jack o' diamonds. Okay. Someone tries to distract you. Do you fall for it? Why/why not? Okay. So Josephine has been tailing Mary Geneva, and so for a long time, I think it's just Mary Geneva kind of going about her like she spends some time at home. She goes to more of these sites that she likes to go to like hunt for spirits and absolve them of their earthly desires. And it's honestly a little insufferable. Josephine is honestly starting to tune a bit of it out, but she thinks she notices eventually that like the routes that Mary Geneva is taking are pretty circuitous. They're not in any order. I think she picks up on the fact that Mary Geneva has been, if not aware of Josephine's presence, like is just acting as if like she knows she's being followed. Like she is purposefully like distracting and doing nothing and just like trying to throw off Josephine from like purposefully like
Yeah.
misleading and preventing me from doing any like actual research or like anything useful to this case. She is like purposefully delaying Josephine. And so I think Josephine kind of starts to like play into it a little bit. Like if she's not giving me any real information, I'm gonna start making these hauntings a little more haunted. Like
Hmm.
so the next like old warehouse that
Yeah.
um, Mary Geneva goes to, like Josephine, she was a maid. She, it was her life's work to like clean up and care for others. So she's going to like let out some long held frustrations and make things a little messy, just
Yeah.
like knocking things over,
Yeah.
like throwing up like clouds of dust and kind of giving Mary Geneva a little of the like the haunting and chaos that
Yeah.
she normally, Mary Geneva is normally looking for like spirits and like, finding peace. Like she's just giving her chaos and like
Hmm.
trying to like scare her and throw a bit more like, if you don't feel sufficiently threatened by what's going on, let's maybe light a little fire underneath you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think she's at first, Mary Geneva is like, I just want to help you. Um,
I
this
think
is all a
Josephine will sort of,
misunderstanding. And then
yeah, like kind of
another cloud
throwing
of
them all
dust erupts in
around.
front
Then,
of her face.
yeah, then tell the truth.
Yeah. 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 Amazing.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Ah,
I think you're really good with voices as well. Like,
Mhm.
mhm.
yeah. Nice.
Ace of clubs. Let's see. Someone is blocking your way. Who and why? How do you react? Okay, so let's see. Ah, Carlos is over at the penthouse, or coming back from the penthouse. The twins and Dawn are over at the hospital. And Peggy Sue.
I don't think we have established where I am yet.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I think maybe there's a different clue that kind of like has Warwick on the tail of Veronica Worthington Barry, maybe.
Hmm.
Like, somehow, like, we find out that she is connected, if not her family, then like she is connected somehow with these people. um I think somehow either these people that were killed and that were ghosts that were killed again, I think they're connected with the family, with the Worthingtons in some way.
Hmm.
Either people that worked for them or people that, you know, spoke against them. Whatever you want.
Oh,
I think if
oh,
Warwick, go ahead.
maybe the blocking is not necessarily a negative thing, but it's other ghosts like getting in your way to tell you things, and you're like, wait, no, you can't go there, and giving you a warning
Yeah,
uh, instead of trying to like block your actions
yeah,
or block the investigation.
yeah. Like he's trying to follow or get more information about Veronica Barry, um,
Hmm.
and then these ghosts are you know like trying to deter me
Hmm.
and saying, "Don't do it."
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna end up just like the others. Why? Because Worthingtons are bad news. You cross them and they're just they're gonna do stuff. I really doubt that Rich even the rich elite could do anything to us. Oh, you don't know the kind of resources they have, do you? Yeah, they took out Milton, and I think I heard that Helen was taken out again. And when Warwick hears this, he stops what he's doing. Like he stops trying to get past like this ghost and like another couple of ghosts that are in his way.
And her first death was suspicious as well. And the second one? This family's dangerous.
Have they always been dangerous? Is this how they got their money? You think?
I mean, all rich people dangerous to some degree. I mean, yeah, I mean they've always, the Worthingtons have always been involved in some very shady busy, and don't get me started on the Berries.
Huh.
These are not good people.
Right.
Be careful.
All right. Let me see if I can find out something a little bit more roundabout about them. You're saying that if I try to dig a little bit too deep directly, that I'm gonna be in the same kind of fix as those others that were found, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they know, but they know where we are.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna take this to somebody that might know a little bit more about elites.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
Welcome.
I think Warwick turns away from them and immediately starts thinking about Elisabeth and William.
Ooh, are they related?
Either
To
related
one
or
of
they
these
know about
families?
the Worthingtons and the
Yeah,
Barrys.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
was thinking they definitely would know of the Worthingtons, have
Yeah,
been connected
Mm.
to
Yeah.
previous generations of that family in some way.
sure. For sure. Whether good or bad, I'm gonna like Warwick's gonna find out.
Yeah.
This could be bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah. So, meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
Peggy Sue is doing what? Oh, I receive unexpected help. Who supports you and how? I think, what other trace could there be? So we have the hospital, we have the penthouse. I think Peggy Sue is still trying to get um into the penthouse. Maybe I was we went there together. Carlos, and while you were trying to get up on top of the building, I was trying to gather information on the ground. Um, and I've been observing people, and I think there are ghosts outside who are, there's like a ghost, like not necessarily a vigil, but like a memorial, but ghosts have left like whatever ghosts leave when ghosts die. And they tell me more about, let's say, Helen, the one who was double murdered, and say that Helen knew, because she's been with their family for a long time. I feel like she's been working for them as well. And she found out something. And they suspect that she told somebody in a bar that she needed to do something, and was trying to make a decision what to do about it. And whether it was worth risking her job and the revenge of the family, and and then she got murdered the first time. It was, I mean, officially it wasn't ruled a murder, but yeah, it was very suspicious.
think they said,
and they've been gathering, like they've been trying to figure this out, and I think they're very happy to hear that we're working on this case.
they said heart attack. Heart attack. You know how you can do that these days? Chemical help. Huh. Yeah, that's how she had a heart attack. She was fine before she died. And then she was murdered again by something. You wouldn't think so. We're already gone, right? We're already dead. But they took her out again.
Yeah. And it's so typical, like Peggy Sue's really angry now. Like nobody cares. Like, of course, the people with the money are always right, and nobody cares about the people they exploit and take advantage of. And it was just like in my time, and nothing has changed. And I'm so angry, and we need to do something about this. I'm not gonna rest. I mean, like literally not rest. Not going dancing, not doing any fashion. We we need to stop this. And thank you for telling me.
Yeah. And I think this is where you're going to see, like, there's a really doddering old guy that will come up, a living human guy that will, come really ancient looking, like lined face and everything, and he'll come up with a small bouquet of flowers and leave a memorial. Like, there's no other flowers where the ghosts are leaving them and everything like that, but he leaves them where we're leaving them. And then he just kind of like looks towards you all and then looks up towards the penthouse and saying, yeah, wish there was something that could be done. And then he will proceed to head into the building.
When was the last time ghosts spontaneously gathered like they did there? Is this something that happens regularly, or is it a very, very rare event?
I think it's very rare. I think sometimes ghosts are more likely to have like, where I think we have like little welcome committees who like introduce the newcomers to the ways of the ghost world. And especially like I feel like somebody always hangs out like near the hospital because and like places where people often die. But it's very rare that ghosts are murdered, and this is really terrible. And I think like the entire ghost community is upset about this.
9 of diamonds. You meet someone you know from your past. Who is it, and how is this person related to your case?
Interesting.
Juicy.
I don't have an idea for this.
I have a pitch if you want to hear it.
Yes, or if someone thinks this card is better suited to them, we can get it.
This is suited for Carlos, but I have a pitch.
Okay.
I think this is somebody that is your like another cousin of yours, also a driver, but this is a chauffeur. Go from there.
The chauffeur of the Washington Barry family.
Yeah.
And I meet them as I'm leaving from the building with Peggy Sue. And all that happened around that building, I think that they tell me, Peggy Sue, that kind of upset me. and maybe you too, and we think we need to get out of there, and maybe not in a hurry, but we can go quickly out from here. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And doing so, I almost crash into that car with getting back to the building. I think it's I talked about someone I met earlier. I think it's the same person. It's a woman, and it's that little cousin. And I get out of the taxi and start screaming at the driver, and behind the tinted glasses, she get out and she starts screaming like it's a mirror of me. She's screaming the same way with the same bad words. And maybe it's strange for Peggy Sue to see this because of the reflection.
Yeah.
When I look at her and make the connection, I know it's bad for my kind of cover. We don't get to meet with our relatives. It's bad for us emotionally, and also people don't need to know we are still there. So I jump into the car quickly and get out of here. But the woman is still looking at me with, I think, questions in her head when we get out. And I'm mostly a talkative person when I drive. I was a taxi driver before. I'm a babbly, but I keep silent all the way back to the agency.
Yeah. Which is very unusual because I feel like normally you're just talking all the time and I can never get you to shut up. And
yes.
Yeah.
Does this bother Peggy Sue? That Carlos is quiet?
I think it takes a while before she actually notices it because she's just getting into the car and like ranting about what these other ghosts told me and like her general issues with like everything. And after a while, she's like, "You haven't said a word. What's up with you? What's wrong?"
I don't talk every time. It's strange, this building. It was just stuff in my head. Sorry, I can put up the volume on the radio if you want to have people talking. But just
you know that's wrong. He'll never let anybody else control the radio. That is wrong. That is very wrong.
Yeah. But I think I decide to let it be for the time, but I keep like looking like over to you.
Did you have contact with the others? Where should I go? I just drive to the agency or else?
Yeah. I think we can cut to the next scene in the next card, and then we see where we end up going.
Another 9, but 9 of hearts this time. Let's see where that takes us. 9 of hearts. You find a secret door. What is hidden behind it? Oh boy.
Oh.
So we last saw the twins in the hospital helping Dawn escape from the doctor.
Do we think there's a secret door in the hospital or outside of the hospital?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. I mean, you always feel free to have switched locations if you want to continue in another place. There's no need to like tie the scene directly to the previous one.
I think I have an idea though. That
Yeah.
there's
Go ahead.
it's a little vague, but
Yeah.
that there is a door. There is a way for ghosts, like the immaterial, to transfer between the hospital and the penthouse without like moving through the intervening space. Like alive people can't do this. Use the door.
Oh my god.
What? Oh my.
They have a portal.
Damn.
A bit. It's a little like our mirrors, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
nose.
Maybe it's a door
Maybe
that
it's
used to
even-
be part of the penthouse and they've moved.
Exactly. Yeah, it was like
Yeah. Yeah. Is it in Dr. Barry's office?
it kind of has to be, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't make any sense anywhere else. Maybe it doesn't even look like a door, but it's a way
Yeah.
of.
Oh, it's just the frame of the door.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave, like, he's made it into a picture frame or something.
Or it even
Or like
looks
a
like
frame
Mirror.
of a bookcase or something.
A full-length mirror.
Yeah.
Or it even looks like it's an old, where they've changed the layout of the building and there's like still a door frame there, but the door itself is like bricked up,
Yes. Yes.
plastered over. And,
As if
if you
old,
know how to approach it, you can move through it.
as if old part of building, that has happened. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my god. Do you go
And I
through
think
the
that-
door?
Well, we can't get into the penthouse any other way, can we?
Yeah. Oh my god, and you would, right? The twins would. They would just go.
Yes,
wait.
I think
Do they take Don with them, or do they just go?
I will leave that up to Dawn.
I think Dawn is with you, and maybe it's Dawn that spots the door and sort of reaches out and drags a finger along the frame. And you can see that there's, like a child's growth chart has been carved into this. And you can see that there's different initials, but many of them are D. And he says, I think I know where this goes.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh god.
Well, in that case, we have to find out.
And I think Dawn will say, ladies first, and then sort of flutter, and it's Dawn, and she steps through.
Oh my god.
And the twins just look at each other without saying anything, communicating. Well, we can't let him go through without us.
Oh my god.
We can't be left behind.
Oh my god.
And I think Warwick, that Dawn is Dawn Worthington Smythe.
Damn it!
Oh my god.
Holy shit! And then yeah.
Of course you are.
I mean, I was gonna go to the twins first, but I did know about Dawn. That sucks.
Fantastic. And
You weren't supposed to go back home. You weren't supposed to go back. If you go back, oh shit.
Oh god.
There was something familiar about that doorway, wasn't there?
Yep. Damn. Okay.
Damn. So you're without a mirror in the penthouse that we can't get in, and nobody knows you went there.
Did you
Or
tell
do you leave
anybody?
anything? Do you leave anything behind for us to?
Obsidian mirror?
Oh. Yeah, were you the one holding the other mirror?
I was thinking about it. I think probably one of the twins had it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought that Josephine had one and
Yes.
Carlos had one, but
Oh, never mind then, yeah.
maybe
Oh shit.
Continuity.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Time
Maybe
jumps.
Doesn't matter.
there is
Yeah.
a different mirror at the hospital, or you can leave
You can
behind
use
a
the
message.
doorway mirror to contact a mobile mirror like a house phone.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
And do Elisabeth and William follow?
Oh, yes.
Or does one of them stay behind?
What?
Ooh.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
want to
too
find
delicious
out
a
if you
prospect.
can stay behind?
Yeah, can they?
Yeah,
Oh my
I think
gosh.
that's maybe what drives them to do it.
Yeah.
and there's a momentary argument about which one of them is going to go and which one of them
Yeah.
is going to stay.
Yeah. Oh
And
God.
then one steps through.
No!
Oh God.
No! Oh my God. Conflict. Okay.
Oh
We can do
God.
this.
Yeah.
We can do
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay.
So which one of you goes into the penthouse?
Let's see what the next card reveals, and
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yes.
we can leave that a mystery. Like
Yeah.
we cut away just
Yeah.
as they step in.
Jack
So-
of Spades. A clue leads you into a pub, bar, or a restaurant. What do you find there?
Do you want
I
to take that card right now since you just went into the penthouse?
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a good shout. I am gonna draw again and see if I get something that's less scene changey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Queen
it
of
can be a
Clubs.
flashback explaining maybe something about Dawn.
Your client has suddenly disappeared. How do you react?
Maybe as you're going towards the penthouse, you hear like Mary Geneva's voice, but it sounds desperate.
Maybe Mary Geneva is on the other side of in penthouse for some reason.
Yeah. I'm taking a second to think.
Yeah. Or you can draw a third card if it doesn't make sense right now.
I like having drawn all of these threads together because I think, if Josephine
Okay.
was trailing Mary Geneva, it also means that Josephine's outside, unable to get in as well. And maybe Josephine can see Mary Geneva up in the penthouse, like desperately trying to open a window and unable to get out. And maybe we see, Veronica walking by another window with a degree of intent that's not normal for just a person walking through their house.
Yeah.
And I think Dawn steps in and has a moment of disorientation and walks over to a fireplace and like reaches down and touches the fire irons. They're redecorated. Guess that's not surprising. And then we'll hear Mary Geneva in another room and look behind at one of the twins. Oh, that is a excellent pitch, Carlos. I might edit. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Twist,
my God,
twist.
yeah.
I love it.
Editing.
Twist.
Yeah, Dawn steps through. They've redecorated. Mary Geneva steps through the front door of the penthouse, and I think Dawn sort of shimmers and steps into a wall, and then sees. We've always seen her in sort of the same outfit. This big sort of dowdy hat and a sort of a frumpy overcoat, and she takes them off and she hangs them up, and she adjusts her hair and takes the pins down and redoes it. And I think we can see she's looking in a mirror. And I don't know if this is just that the audience can see this or if, Mary Geneva can see this as well. But over her shoulder in the mirror, we can see Dawn's face, and there's a very strong family resemblance.
Sorry.
I think that's where I would leave the
my
scene unless Rob, Elisabeth, and or William has a reaction to this.
Well, did Dawn know?
About Mary Geneva? I don't think so.
And how? I mean, okay. Sorry, too many emotions. How does Dawn feel about seeing Mom again?
I think this would probably be
Or sister?
granddaughter. Yeah, I think it would be. I'm sort of pinned to them, Edwardian.
Okay, got it.
and
Okay.
Or actually, probably niece. I don't know that he had any offspring of his own.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we could just leave that up in the air because I don't know what happens next.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea that I think it was William who stepped through, and he perhaps Don is not aware that he followed, and he's kind of just observing, hidden at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Beauty.
50 diamonds. Someone else is working on the same case. Who is it, and how do you deal with that? Does that really fit with the narrative that we've built? Like, is it fun to add in a third party to this?
I think it makes more sense to draw a new card.
Yeah. Okay.
If this was a
Another
series,
5,
I'd say like like pile on the confusion, but like we're not.
Yeah.
So like, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Chase scene. You chase a suspect. Where, how, can you catch them? Okay. So, I mean, I think this will be flashing back a bit to the warehouse and Josephine scaring Mary Geneva. And, after that, kind of giving chase and, haunting all along the way. Like she's, running. I'm like pulling items down in front of her, like not trying to harm her, but like continue to scare her. Like, tell the truth, tell the truth.
Yeah.
And, you know, eventually she runs into the building and I recognize it as the outside of the Barry Worthington estate. And I call whoever has the other mirror. I said, Josephine, I'm starting to think this is all a setup. Mary Geneva just ran into the Worthington house.
I think we're in the taxi and I probably take the call because Carlos is driving.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, not even waiting to see who I'm talking to
Yeah.
on the other end of it. That's what I say.
Yeah. What do you mean? We would Carlos, turn around. We
Where?
need to go back.
Oh, yeah, I was tailing Mary Geneva, trying to put a scare in her. She looked like she was like leading me aside, like she knew I was there and distracted me on purpose. So I tried to scare her, and there's a case. We were running, and she runs into the Barry Worthington mansion. I think she knows them, or she is working with them. It feels like a setup.
Absolutely, that sounds super fishy. Wait there, we will be with you like in a minute. I think we need to do this together. Do you know where any of the others are?
And maybe we have like limited kind of like supernatural sense and there's hold on. So two of us are inside there right now, the penthouse.
Oh God.
One of the twins, I can't tell who. And
how? Anyway, yes.
Okay. I don't. This is so weird. Get here quick. This is too much.
Yeah, I'm reaching over to Carlos to like beep the horn.
Do you know where Warwick is? Warwick's usually got a level head about everything. Where's Warwick?
I don't know. He never will take the mirror. Anyway,
we're gonna cut to
drive.
We're gonna cut to a small scene where like Warwick actually like will like step sideways and then go to, is it Elisabeth that was left in the hospital?
Yeah.
Of the twins?
Yeah. It was, yes.
Yeah. I think he'll step sideways and then he'll greet Elisabeth and then like say, William went through the door, didn't he?
How could he not?
True. And then this is where Warwick will make a few weird passes with his hands on the door. And the solidity of it like starts to shimmer away. It starts to look transparent to the two of us. And we step through and then head over ourselves to the penthouse. And yeah. I think you three that are like heading over, like, you sense now there's more people that are going to be in the penthouse.
Right.
So
Warwick's in the penthouse now too. Get here quick. Something is happening.
Okay. Can I ask a question before Elisabeth also steps through? I'm interested in how it felt to be like separated by a door, but also by like miles.
I think you can tell that she's like even more ghostly than usual, like something is
Mhm.
missing.
Oh,
And she's distracted and not not as responsive as she would normally be.
nice.
I think maybe Warwick has to guide you a little bit. Like, we'll actually take your like more like ethereal, ephemeral arm and like gently guide you through the door with him. Come on, let's see if we can get you back together. Oh boy! All right,
Nice.
my turn.
Yeah.
Next card, what happens?
Ay, ay, ay. Oh God, what is this? Ace of Hearts. You find a footprint. Where? How does it look? I mean, I think we're beyond footprints right now.
We found a lot more than that.
Yeah, we found a lot more
Yeah.
than that. I think we're like, okay. Two of clubs. Someone attacks you. Who and why? How do you react? Oh boy.
There we go.
Okay, here we go. I think, as we go through, I sense something like it feels solid and it feels malevolent, and push I push the more ephemeral form of Elisabeth in front of me to go further into the portal and hopefully like through the doorway, and I immediately turn and face Thaddeus Barry, who's wielding that etched iron rod, and I think this is where Warwick's going to just kind of like see that and grin. Do you really know how to use that? Honestly. And maybe Barry is like, it's taken out other people before, so why not you? And then I think Warwick will respond with because I know how those runes work, fool. And then he'll start doing some somatic gestures, and then I think we'll cut over to what's happening in the penthouse.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, we have reached the next hour, and I also feel we're getting to the point where we discard questions because they don't fit the narrative anymore.
Right.
So I'm
Mhm.
wondering whether we're ready to take a break and move on to the closing questions where we can also like freely narrate like the conclusion
Yes.
of all of this.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we need to discover, because I feel like many of the cards that are still in the game won't fit the situation we just built.
Sure.
So I think it might make more sense to just
Let's do that.
narrate.
Yeah. All right. So
Should we quickly recap where everybody is so we're all on the same page?
yes.
So Dawn, and William, you have been in the penthouse, and Elisabeth and Warwick just arrived in there, and probably with the doctor behind you. And Carlos and Josephine, Josephine is also outside the penthouse. I'm imagining you are on street level in front
Yeah.
of the building.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Carlos
waiting
and
for
Peggy Sue.
Carlos. Yeah.
Yeah, we just arrived in the taxi, and I imagine that we could possibly bring the other ghosts from the memorial because there is strength in numbers.
Yeah.
That's what Peggy Sue would want to do.
Yeah.
And I think we can we say that we can get into the building, but we can't get into the penthouse because that's warded. So not the entire building is warded, but it's just like the top floor.
I think Carlos had problems getting into the building,
Yeah,
then
Oh
that's
yeah,
why he had to
go
go to
for
the
it.
other
Then
building. And
then we'll
Yes,
leave it.
but
We'll leave it at that.
I
Okay.
but
yes, but I have an idea if we want to get into the building. So
I mean, because like Warwick could also like take out Dr. Barry and then like also release the wards from inside. So what was your
Hmm.
idea?
my idea was to kind of merge with my relatives, my descendants,
Oh yeah.
and use her to get into the building, and maybe by touching the other ghosts, they can follow us into the building.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
So use a
So
use a human
basically
anchor.
all making a human chain.
Yes.
Yes, a human
That's
anchor.
just
I love it. Okay. I love that
nice.
idea. That's
Yeah.
that's perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So while that's happening, it's like,
Yeah.
what's going on in the penthouse?
Yeah, and I think we established that we can sort of feel each other. So I think Dawn can
mm.
feel Elizabeth and William. Uh, Question for Rob: Are you related to us?
I don't think so, but I think our families were certainly connected and probably moved in the same circles.
Mm.
We would have been at each other's garden parties.
Okay. I think Dawn would have been probably about a decade older than you, but you might have heard of
Mm-mm.
mysterious
Right,
disappearance.
yeah. Yeah, definitely
Uh,
the families, not necessarily
uh,
the individuals.
and I think Dawn will. I think now we see that Veronica can see her, and she says, "Our gift was never for this. What have you done?" Does someone want to hop into Veronica? Do a villain monologue?
This is not what it was meant for, Dawn. Why are you here?
You've been hurting people.
No. Well, we've been hurting certain people, perhaps, but you understand about consolidating energy, don't you? Power base? You need a foundation. Same thing for money. Power needs a base, and the way you can get some power is through perhaps some more ephemeral means.
I think Dawn's face has set, and he says, "Oh, I know only too well." And I think there's a parquet floor in here that's got, some bits of, ebony and also some bits of ivory.
Mhm.
And I think as Dawn lunges forward to try and take control of Veronica, the ivory begins to rattle in its casings.
Very cool.
And they are wrestling for control of the body.
That should be fun. Yeah, and this is probably where Warwick and Elizabeth burst in. But what is William doing? Like, while they're like, starting to have the spiritual tussle. I don't know what you want to call it. Like,
Yeah, I think we see the two of them just reconnecting as though they'd been torn apart for a long time. Um, yeah, this is something they've never experienced before in life or in death.
both are stronger together than you ever were apart. Warwick says to both of you.
Until just now, I don't think we understood what apart meant.
And now you do. What will you do with that? What will you do with that knowledge?
Try to forget it as quickly as possible.
I think then in that moment, Dr. Thaddeus, who has also like stumbled through the portal with you, is sort of getting up again, um, grabbing his iron device, um, and yelling at Veronica to like be careful with him, and pointing at Warwick. I don't know how he got through the portal, but he did.
Warwick disappears, so this way, like, he can spend all of his, like, the rest of his power to start moving things.
Yeah,
Now it's not just
yeah,
arcane energy. Now it's like, moving shit. So now he's like throwing stuff at Dr. Barry to keep him away from Veronica. Um,
yeah.
yeah. So
Where did he go? I told you we should put up detectors as well. The wording is not enough. We need to know where they are. And I feel like Thaddeus and Veronica start arguing with each other.
When do
and
we think that Carlos's niece bursts through the door?
oh, I'd like it probably in like the middle of this tussle, like, as
Yeah.
they're trying to, like deal with Dawn, and like Warwick is trying to keep Dr. Barry away from the fight. Um, yeah, that's probably where you guys can definitely come in with all your forces, and then like make sure that
Yes.
like the people that need to be apprehended or whatever can totally be done. So
Yes. And I think it's like Carlos and his we haven't met named her, but his descendants is making like a bridge at the door of the building to get past the wall, which is only on the cover, and maybe a flock of ghosts is getting into the building to.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's energy.
Eh?
That's like
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and
That's
it's
just like a
draining
wave of
Carlos.
energy because everybody is like we're moving really quickly.
right.
Yes,
And I think
Yeah.
because of that, we're able to trap them
Yeah.
in their own place because of this wave of I can't remember what it's called, but like, the spectral energy that's being
Hmm.
generated. I mean,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
now it's against them instead of
Yeah.
them being used to them
Yeah.
siphoning us.
Yeah.
So,
I imagine we like literally holding the ghosts are really holding hands like around the edges of the room and like yelling at them and chanting at
Yeah,
them and like
Mhm.
yeah,
and maybe that's what's able to overwhelm the protection as well,
yeah,
so that we can get in and out.
yeah,
Mm.
I mean, in the face of all that, I really do believe that the wards would burn themselves out from the
Mm.
yeah,
inside. So, I mean, like,
Exactly.
we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about that.
yeah,
That's not a problem
yeah.
anymore. But yeah, how do we see
Where's
this?
Josephine in all of this?
Yeah.
Um, I think Josephine will have come in with Carlos and Peggy Sue as part of the chanting, and I think once the doctor and Veronica are like cowed, I think like Josephine sort of raises a hand and like a little like glowing spectral flame starts to glow. Like I think we need to cleanse this place. There's no good for our kind can be found here anymore.
Warwick will make sure that, again, staying like, not visible, but like using all the spectral energy that from everybody else and from, the arcane energy is going to eject the rod like in a place where they can't get at it. Like obviously not going to launch it from the penthouse, but I mean like, put it in some place where they cannot reach it anymore. So, and any other
Maybe it
relics
does
and since
launch
it's
from the penthouse into like the middle of the river
yeah,
that is running through the city,
sure.
where
Yeah.
it will just rust and
Yeah.
decay.
Mm-hmm.
Does it
Exactly.
rust underwater? It doesn't. Anyway, don't mind
Well,
me.
it
It would
doesn't
certainly
it doesn't matter.
decay.
The etchings will
Yeah,
disappear like after
yeah,
a while. So
yeah. So what's happening with the rattling ivory and Dawn?
I mean, I think if the apartment burns and takes Dawn's remains with it, um, I think he passes over and Mary Geneva, in quotes, finally gets what she was looking for. Um, and maybe there's a final moment as the last person leaves. Maybe it's Warwick, and you feel just a hand on your shoulders, the heat builds, and you look back and you see Dawn smile and shimmer and disappear.
Oh, can we? I think Peggy Sue just takes your hand for a second and just like I think we get into a dance pose and probably she leads and we do like a just one circle of a waltz.
One turn around the floor,
Yeah,
and by
just
the
one
time you
turn.
get back to the
Yeah.
door,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I think she's crying when you leave.
I mean, like, it's not going to, I mean, and Warwick will say this to you, Peggy Sue, as he puts an arm around you if you'll let him. This may be no help to you, but I think they're in a better place now. If you can believe it, there is something good in the beyond.
Yeah, I mean, we leave this when we're done here, right? So I guess it was the right time.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I can hope for, at least. And
Yeah.
yeah. I think with a look back at where Dawn stood, I think that's where Warwick will lead you out.
Yeah. Should we cut to sort of doing a little epilogue for those who want to? And while we're in the process, answer the questions, did we solve the case? I think we did. And are we satisfied with the result of our investigation? And what does our client think about all this? Are they even still there?
I think our client is satisfied with the outcome, but
Mm-hmm.
Did our client really exist? That's the other question.
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So are Thaddeus and Veronica gone now?
Yeah. I think they're
Yeah.
gone. I think that there's going to be an article in the paper or something like that. It's like some kind of electrical problem, some kind of bad
Yeah.
like building fire, and the Worthington
Accidents
Berry building
happen.
accidents
Yeah.
happen, right?
Yeah.
The fire marshal's still trying to investigate, but they can just like chalk it up to old wiring.
Yeah. For a while, Peggy Sue still comes to the building and leaves little things she thinks Dawn would have liked. It's important that we remember, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's, I don't know if anyone ever comes with her, or if she's just talking to this. No, she can't talk to this old man. He doesn't see us anyway. But I think she's like, I mean, that's kind of the point, right? You finish things and then hope that people remember you. And that we need to remember them. We need to remember everybody, especially the ones that aren't in the papers, with their names and faces and obituaries and
the old man laying more flowers on this grave just sort of idly says out loud to himself, they say that nobody's ever really dead as long as somebody remembers them. And that's why I'm always here laying flowers at your grave, Peggy Sue. I'll always remember you.
Oh
I'll
my
always love you.
God. Oh my God. I think, yeah, and in that moment I remember him. I recognize him. Oh my God, he was one of my regulars.
Yeah, that customer is always flirting with you. Never quite took him seriously, but
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah, okay, I'm done. I have nothing else to add. But please feel
It's
free.
like
Oh my god.
50s timeline works out. Let's go.
Ah!
Oh my God.
It's all timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Oh
as
my
old as he needs to be
Yeah.
As old
for
as
it
he
to make
needs to be.
sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh my gosh. Amazing.
Oh,
Danny, you really know how to hit me right here. I think Warwick will, like in a quiet moment, like sometime in the future, we're not even sure when, like before our next case though, I think he'll go into the room where we keep some of our supplies, like our ghostly room, whatever you want to call it, and he'll actually look at the obsidian mirrors, and he'll approach them, and he will actually look into them and reach out and touch them, and he'll say in a old language, "I miss you, Melisande." And he doesn't see anything, but he'll turn away, and there's the suspicion of tears, if ghosts can cry. But yeah.
I think for Elisabeth and William, we see them haunting the Worthington estate. Perhaps they're even playing tennis on one of the tennis courts in the grounds.
For Carlos, Carlos is taking fewer and fewer cases. He's kind of slowly getting out of the detective business as he reconnected with his little cousin. And she took his taxi. He left it to her, and he helps her. He met her family, and he did what no ghost should do. It's meeting with his older relatives, and he did it anyway. And he feels like being a detective is no longer his purpose. He found something else in his heart to live for.
Nice.
Josephine is alone in the detective office, we'll say, and is just sort of idly standing in front of a mirror, kind of manifesting, like holding out her hand and letting that spectral flame kind of dance along between her fingers. And there's a flashback to the 1800s and the old mansion where Josephine used to work at, and in flames as her old mistress, her cruel mistress, screaming, "Josephine, save me!" And Josephine just and her expression kind of changes, her face sort of melts away, and her skin is revealed to be kind of like ghostly scar tissue of flames and burning that he kind of waves a hand in front of, and it's just normal intact skin again. She said, "Oh, that makes two. We're starting to get a taste for this."
Oh my god. Anything more you want to say about the Worthingtons or Worthington Smythes or anything like that, Dawn?
No, I'm happy with where it stands.
Okay.
No,
Amazing.
fantastic. That was Monstrous Detectives.
Excellent game,
Woo!
guys.
Thank
Oh
you
my
so much. That was
God.
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, that
Absolutely
was great.
fantastic.
If you have time, like, of course, like, as we usually close out, like stars and wishes. Stars are things that you loved about the gameplay, role play each other, and then wishes are what you'd like to see maybe for future games of Monstrous Detectives. And then, of course, like, some feedback about the game itself if you want to include that. But yeah, if you got the time, like, that's just run with
My
it.
one wish would be I want to see another case with the same agency.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Very
hook us
happy
up
to
for a
play
full
this again.
series.
Mm.
Yeah.
Totally see this as a series. Oh my
Yeah.
Hmm.
god.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Me too.
Uh, I think one of my favorite things, there was so many highlights that I mean, I can't name them all, but I think like overarching, I really like this mixture of like action and slightly Scooby-Doo-ish, ridiculous, funny moments, and then all the emotional drama that was going on underneath it all. And that was a really good mix. And yeah, really, really good game. Thank you so much for like all of this.
I will echo that because I mean again, stars to everyone that is played because I mean I know you are all fabulous role players and I mean like the answers to the narrations and the prompts were just absolutely inspired, especially when you started to tie in stuff for each other and coming up with, oh my God, it's like, like just the
Yeah,
reveals were just
yeah,
right at the right moment. The timing was great. And then like the
yeah,
reveals were just prime for like how they tied in
yeah,
with everything and each other. It was just beautiful. So
yeah,
thank you for such a fabulous game. Stars to everybody. Oh my God. And yeah, wishes for future games of Monstrous Detectives. Yeah, being able to like see more of this, like continuity, somewhat continuity of like seeing same characters or like other characters
yeah,
similar to them, like being able to continue seeing cases and solving and with that same mix of humor, adventure, and action and mystery and all this kind of stuff. I mean, and finding out about each other too. I mean, like I mean, we found out
Mm.
so much about everybody
yeah,
in just a short amount of time. It's like, whoa, that was amazing.
yeah,
So I did for the game itself. I mean, I did like the Descended from the Queen build up, like how we were answering
yeah,
questions about each other's characters and the cases and all this kind of stuff. And then like the investigation part of it, which worked in really well. And then how we closed with
yeah,
like, our endings and epilogues. I mean, it was just really a nice narrative
yeah,
thread all the way through.
Hmm.
The
Go
characters were
ahead.
so strong. That was a really fun part of it, establishing all of those. I was like the investigation part feels quite different to for the Queen, but it worked really well.
yeah,
Like it. So yeah, no complaints there. I don't know. Yeah, so many stars that I don't know where to start really. But yeah. Uh, I've also unfortunately got to run, so I'm going to have to catch up on the remainder of the stars and wishes on the video if that's all right.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
it
yeah.
was a
Sure.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for being
joining
here.
us.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and I would play with all of you again at any
Yeah,
time,
100%.
immediately.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll yeah,
okay.
everything. Oh, sorry. No, please you. If you've been dead a while,
No,
you
no,
you could
after
talk.
you. We'll do like the
Okay.
little do-si-do in the doorway.
Sure.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, likewise. I really enjoyed this. Very fun game. Agree that the characters were definitely all very juicy. Um, just a couple things that sort of stuck out to me. I really liked the sort of that little through line of Josephine becoming more and more violent, and that like, little sort of vigilante moment when she was yelling "Tell the truth," and then the firebug reveal, and that sort of darker streak. I think would
Yeah,
be great to explore more.
yeah,
No, I'm not going to go through and read all of these. I have a lot of them. I had a great time. Fantastic characters, great interactions. I really enjoyed the system as well. I feel like it did. Uh, it gave us enough to really build up a big framework, and then sort of stick the landing. So yeah. Andrea?
Yeah, and I echoing everything about characters, all great. I for the game, I did like the fact that the like character creation was like its own phase. Like it's functioned the same as playing the game where you're drawing cards and answering prompts, and then
Yeah.
because like that's something that has always been a little like lacking for me in Descended from the Queen games, is it's just make up your character or figure it out during play. But like I personally like a bit of like character pre-work to give me like more to go on about the world and who we are. So I liked including that as its own phase. So good job.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, stars for everyone. It was a really, really good game. I loved all the characters and how we jump back from each other's these ideas. Regarding the game, as it was said, um, the fact that we took the time to build up the agency, the client, our characters, uh, without making action, and then jumping into the investigation, the action. Um, it was it's a great idea to divide those two
Yeah.
phases. Really liked it because I played a big, big, big amount of times DFTQ games while making my own, and it was a feedback I got sometimes. Some players never got character building from the prompts they got. They always got action cards, and it was sometimes difficult to manage. And have I played this one before, my game design would have been different. So
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think this is just such a genius take on the Descendant from the Queen framework to make this in two phases. And I also think it's a genius idea to basically take the theorize move of Brindlewood Bay and make this the entire second part of the game, where you just build and build and build and build onto each other and come up with the whole case and the clues and the solution over the entire second phase. And I think that's just such a brilliant take on an investigation game. And yeah, I'm very, very happy that Carina Bücher, the game designer, trusted me with this to bring this to everybody. And if I can do a little commercial break for people watching this, because this, when you watch this, this will be in crowdfunding on Kickstarter for Zine Month. And we are making this in English and in German at the same time. And you can back either of those in or both languages if you want to have both. We will have fabulous illustrations from Daniela Schreiter, who is probably more known to the German audience, but who brings like really a lot of character to the game as well. And yes, it would be amazing if you could support us in making this for everybody. So yeah.
Just throw me like all of the notify me on launch links or whatever links that you
Yeah.
want to send me, so this way
Yeah.
people will jump on board the the backer train or whatever thing you got, for crowdfunding. Because I mean, like, I definitely want a copy of this game in both languages just to have him, because this was awesome. So I will definitely appreciate like playing this again and sharing it with other people for sure. So yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
thank you all for just joining me for this playtest, and this was absolutely a wonderful playthrough for sure. Alrighty.
And thanks in advance to you, Mads, for like editing this and putting this up on YouTube and organizing this whole game, because that's also always work that goes unappreciated, and I want to call it out specifically because that takes a lot of work off my shoulders.
No worries.
So yeah.
It's my pleasure. And again, it's
Yeah.
like, my pleasure to play with all of you. And hopefully we'll
Yeah.
play again soon, very much soon with you all again. So
Yeah.
you guys have enjoyed the rest of your weekend. Happy gaming to you all. And I'll see you next time. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.